This could really be disturbing, and I think that this happened out in Colorado because the Colorado news has done picked it up. Right when your children is on buses and you don't know what goes on the doggone bus, we have a Littleton bus aide is accused of assaulting a student with autism. Accused of assaulting. So we're gonna have to prove that the bus aide assaulted the student. Here we go.
Now at 5 video the parents of a young boy want you to see in hopes that it'll force change. Their son gets beaten on a school bus. Now an aide on that bus, Kiara Jones, faces assault charges. This family feels the Littleton School District didn't do enough when they first started noticing injuries on their son. Good evening, I'm Mikaela White.
And Kiara, you know good as hell well you're not supposed to be hitting on no child. You know good as hell well you're not supposed to be hitting on a child that's not young. You know better, baby. You say, Willie, I just thought about something. We didn't give the Lord a whole lot of money, but we never seen his tax returns. Oh, he may be 501c3. He's exempt from taxes.
Michael Spencer. The parents wanted to share their story and the video with your reporter, Kelly Worthman, who joins us now live in studio.
And Kelly, that video is so difficult to watch.
Yes, it is. And the parents want to know if that doesn't make you angry, what will? You have fractured bones, a knocked out tooth, deep bruises, and immeasurable heartache. Those are just some of the injuries to at least 3 students, allegedly at the hands of a woman trusted to care for them. The kids take a special bus provided by the Littleton school system to get to one of Colorado's most highly regarded private schools for students with autism.
Also, she just jumping on the students, huh? Oh, she just beating the students like on the daily.
Yet as their parents discovered, they say that bus was a place of torture.
Wow.
My sweet and loving son.
Fighting back tears, a father is overwhelmed with emotion, almost unable to share the unthinkable that his little boy endured on the way to school.
And his son ain't even dead. His son ain't even dead, and he crying more than these beautiful babies when their son be dead, when their children be dead.
Had been being beaten.
His 10-year-old son Dax has severe autism and is nonverbal, so he couldn't tell his parents that the caretaker he sits next to on the bus punches, jabs, stomps, and smacks him.
The torture and torment of my sweet boy could have been stopped.
Dax's mom says she noticed strange bumps and bruises on her son months ago, but Littleton Public Schools told her there was nothing to be concerned about.
Ain't nothing to be concerned about, baby, about them bruises and shit that's on your child. Nothing to be concerned. Look the other way, baby.
Then her son's injuries became worse, and that's what led to her obtaining this disturbing video of her son's unprovoked assault on March 18th.
How could someone that I trusted, someone that I was so friendly with,
and she was friendly with the aide. Now listen, parents, we got to really think about this. When your children say that they don't like school or they don't want to go to school, stop always thinking that they just trying to skip school or miss school that day. It's something going on a lot of times, but there is a little bit of time, poquito times, that they just playing on our emotions. But we got to look into when they say, I don't like school, I don't want to go to school. We got to find out more.
do this to my little boy.
In a letter to district families, the superintendent says an internal investigation began March 19th, and they notified police. It led to the arrest of 29-year-old Kiara Jones and the unsettling discovery the paraprofessional was allegedly abusing other kids like Dax.
29-year-old, you disappointed with your life, baby. That baby is real disappointed with her life and taking it out on these little helpful children. Helpless children, my bad.
My son does not have the ability to tell me when someone's hurting him. My son does not have the ability to tell me that he was forced to watch someone hurt his friends.
Now, parents of 3 young students are prepared to sue, saying Littleton Public Schools knew about their abuse concerns for months and seemingly turned a blind eye.
What if all of these parents, and it seems like they're all lighter hue parents, now, would you good people be upset if all these parents drop the N-word and call her all type of N-words? Would you good people be upset? Would you good people be in your feelings emotional? Well, they could have called her anything else except the N-word, huh?
They had everything they needed to stop it faster, and they didn't. These children have been traumatized and tortured because they failed them.
A failure, Jess says, that's blatantly obvious in this alarming video.
So that means also that they have to go back. They are going to have to go back as far as they can, as far as the recordings will allow them to go back and watch her every single day on that doggone bus. Every day.
One she's sharing without blurring her son's face to show what her son could not say.
Oh, the mother didn't even want her son's face blurred. Oh no, show it. Like Emmett Till, show everything. That's what's up. Shout out to Deshae for the $1 cash out. He said, can they sue the school? They suing. Oh, they suing the school. Hey, hell yeah.
It's ugly to look at, but it's important to see how confused and afraid he was in that video.
You say, Willie, why is she on the bus? She's a bus aide.
So one thing we're going to keep looking into is how the investigations played out. Both Englewood Police, the police department, and the school district all saying today they've been investigating for weeks and do worry about other victims. But they didn't make any...
Did she just say they've been investigating for weeks, but don't worry about other victims? Hold on.
The police department and the school district all saying today they've been investigating for weeks and do worry about other victims.
Oh, and do worry. Oh, go ahead.
But they didn't make any public statements until today. However, these parents, Mac and Michael, have been raising concerns since September.
And Kelly, we know you've been looking into this extensively. Is this the only case?
Well,
woo! This is failure. Failure to recognize what's going on and failure to do something sooner. Failure to even look at the video recordings that's on the buses. Woo! Say, is it any more victims or something?
Have been raising concerns since September.
And Kelly, we know you've been looking into this extensively. Is this the only case?
Well, sadly, it's not. Littleton is actually the third known district to have similar cases. There was another in Poudre Valley School District, as well as the St. Vrain School District, all involving students with disabilities on their school buses. In the St. Vrain case, both the bus aide and the bus driver were convicted. So, Kelly, again, this is something we're going to keep a close eye on.
All right, Kelly, thank you so much.
Wow. It's a shame.
Now at 5.
This is a shame. Baby Sugar. Little 29-year-old. Boy, if they don't, listen, which is sad because they're not going to give her like a whole bunch of time. Like, they're really not. Come on now. She was just elbowing them, so they're not going to take that serious out here in these doggone streets. But if I had any say so, they need to give it like 20 years. They need to give it like 20 years. See, I know what y'all thinking. 20 years, that's a stretch. That's too much. You don't need to do that. Hey, we got to make an example out of people. When your child has autism, especially a nonverbal, y'all understand that means the child can't tell. And listen, if your child is nonverbal, you should be doing your best to teach your child sign language. If your child is nonverbal and autistic, try sign language. Do what you can. The ASL programs, they have some really good ASL programs is out here for you to learn sign language and help teach your child sign language because they cannot speak. It's a doggone shame. I would not feel bad. Hell, I am surprised that there's not some recording of them calling her all type of N-words. Hell, they need to call her all type of N-words. Moving right along, I ain't gonna eat much.